Inbound lead generation is full of myths that lead businesses astray and hold them back. So, let's debunk some of these myths today. Hi there, my name is Katerina and I run Kayaks, a marketing consulting agency that helps businesses generate leads using content. In my work, I often come across faulty practices and missed opportunities when it comes to inbound lead generation. I've decided to debunk some of these myths today so you could have a better idea of how lead gen works and not cling to false beliefs. So, the first myth about lead generation is this: more content equals more leads. This misconception is built on the assumption that more content equals more traffic and more traffic equals more leads. And this sounds reasonable and can even be true in some rare cases, but the majority of organizations that focus on the quantity of content lose sight of quality. Poor content in large quantities costs a lot of money, more money than high-quality content in small quantities, and it doesn't bring any results. Low-quality content has a much harder time trying to rank well on Google. And then, what's the point of having tons of traffic that doesn't convert? High-quality content, on the other hand, can rank well much faster, and once it's up there on the first page of Google, it has a way better chance to convert the readers into leads. More content doesn't equal more leads. High-quality content does. Myth 2. Copying my competitor's strategy will get me the same lead stream. Wrong. Here is why. Unless you have a spy in your competitor's company, which I hope you don't really know how their content strategy works, what converts and what doesn't. So it would be unwise and unethical to copy their strategy without having any clue of how things are going to work out. And trust me, they are not going to work out fine. Next, you have a different target audience. Even if you sell the same product, people who buy from them aren't exactly the same people who buy from you. What their audience likes might be something your audience doesn't. And finally, you have a different value proposition. Value proposition is your offer, and you can't have the same offer as your competitors. Even if you manage to attract some leads using the same message as your competitors, they might never become your clients. They might simply be looking for something different, something you don't have. So no, trying to copy what your competitors do will not bring you the same lead stream. It's okay to analyze the marketing tactics of your competitors though, and use your findings to create your own strategy. But never try to imitate what your competitors do. You're not them anyway. Myth 3. One-size-fits-all CTA will convert everyone. I see this a lot on the websites of B2B companies. Every landing page and every blog page has one and the same CTA, something like "Contact us." If you phrase it, "Hire us" on one page and "Send us a project request" on the other page, it's still one and the same CTA. And no, it won't convert everyone. People who come to your website have different goals and different awareness levels, which depend on how much time they spend on your website and how much they know about your offer. Every page on your website needs to be targeted at a specific audience and align with a specific stage of awareness. This means that your CTAs are going to be different depending on who is reading your content, what their goals and motivations are, and what they would care to do next. One size CTA doesn't fit all. If you want to convert your website visitors, you need to nurture relationships with them without expecting them to buy immediately. Now, if you have any questions about inbound lead generation, drop your comments below and let's find the truth together. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos about content marketing. I will see you next week with a new video. Thank you for watching. Я Катерина. Пока-пока.